Hi, I'm Abigail Peterson from Kindergarten Chaos, and I am here to talk about ESGI. ESGI is amazing. It saves you over 400 hours of classroom time that you can be devoting to your students teaching or working in small groups and doing other things besides paperwork. So years ago, back before I knew about ESGI, we had individual assessments that we had to do on each and every student. And so that meant each student had a folder like this thick, that encompassed every skill, and it all had to be done one-on-one and had to be handwritten. Well, the problem was that I would set the folder down and I would get busy and I'd come back and I would set in, some papers on top. And then by the end of the day, I wouldn't remember where the papers were, or I would have a stack of papers, and it was just overwhelming. I was overwhelmed with paperwork and just the amount of time it took until I found ESGI. When I found ESGI, I love how it's digital, keeps track of everything. I no longer have to have thick folders that keeps all my students' work. It keeps it all together and in a safe place. And anytime that somebody from school comes to ask me for paperwork for my students or a specific assessment or skill, I can quickly and easily get that information from ESGI, directly from ESGI. I don't have to hunt for folders. I don't have to scramble to find it. It's all right there. It's very simple. So it has saved me so much time. It keeps it organized. I love that there's tons of assessments. I can even make my own, which I have. And anything that I need, ESGI has provided that for me. My favorite feature in ESGI is the flashcards. So yes, I love the assessments. Yes, I love the ease and the flexibility. I love all of that. It's amazing. It really does an amazing service. But my favorite part is that it provides an individualized report for each student and then gives them flashcards. Because back in the olden days, remember back when I said I used to do paper assessments, when after I assessed my students, I would then take what they didn't know and write them out on 3x5 flashcards and send them home. That's a lot of extra time I was spending outside of the classroom making those for my students, because we all want our students to be successful. I mean, I don't know any teacher that doesn't want their student to be successful. So that was something I was willing to do because I saw the power in them being able to take flashcards home and practice at home. But with ESGI, now it just quickly, as soon as you're done with the assessment, you get a printout that you can send with the parents. It comes in different languages or the student's native home language, and then you can send the flashcards that quick. That day doesn't, again, require me going home and writing them out. It's very simple. That would be my favorite part of ESGI. My students love it. Each and every year, my students come, I call them over, they love the one-on-one attention, and I make it like something no big deal. Like, I don't tell them, come over, I'm going to test you. I don't kind of put that pressure on them. I'm just like, hey, come here, I gotta ask you a few questions. And they come over and they stand by me, and I try not to show like a lot of emotions, and I just try to just quickly don't make a big deal about it, and they love it. They know sometimes they'll come up on Fridays is usually when I do my ESGI, and they'll say, Miss Peterson, am I gonna get to test on my sight words today? And so my students really enjoy it. It takes away that testing anxiety since it's one-on-one and it's done digitally. So it really removes that anxiety, which as a kindergarten teacher, I greatly appreciate. I have been using ESGI for the last, I want to say 5 to 6 years. And so this year, each year it gets better and better, meaning I'm more prepared every school year. So I love the beginning of the school year, although we all go home exhausted because kindergarten, the beginning of the school year is a lot of work. We all know that. But one thing I really look forward to is the beginning of each school year, getting those kiddos early and earlier. I used to wait until a month into the school year, and that was just a little too late. I want to know what they know that first and second week of school so that I can show progress and they can see their progress. So I love when they first come in, that first or second week of school, and I can pull them over, and I usually start with my kids who have had previous preschool experience. So because they usually know that most of their letters and maybe some of their sounds and their shapes and their numbers, and so I pull them over, and I am ready to go. I set my assessments up ahead of time. I will say that it has helped that each year it gets better and better. I'm super familiar with it. I'm more comfortable with it, and so I'm just ready to tackle it. And I love that it doesn't take very much time. And again, it takes away that testing anxiety for them. So I look forward to coming back and getting my kids and seeing what they know, and then helping them to see their growth and how much they can grow.